Thank you very much, and it's good to have you back on the continuation of the program from the Pre News on Freedom FM 87.9. This program is a regular feature here. It comes your way every weekday from Monday to Friday, and the Friday edition is different from this edition. And every Friday we come here and throw back on the weekend's presentation of the Pre News. And let's say a big thank you again to Crime Stopper Liberia, Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction, and Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, one of the petroleum giants in the history of Mama Liberia. So, like I said, I'm here this morning with Esther Daku. Esther, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to all of you out there. It's good to be here this morning. I almost said Monday, but yesterday was the holiday, August 24th, and yeah, we all celebrated. It's good to be here this Tuesday morning where we can all talk about what's happening in our country, what happened exactly during the weekend and all of that. So it's good to be here this morning. I can't wait, to dabble
Yeah,
into the papers.
and Esther, I can remember, in during my intro mentioning that today is Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. Today is Tuesday, my people.
yeah,
I got carried away by the holiday.
yeah.
Very long holiday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Wow, not easy. And we got a few more weeks for the reopening of schools for the 2026-2027 school year. And Esther, I just want to say congratulations to my little son.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a call from the school authority this morning that he made a successful pass in the WOCs, and so I'm so
Oh, wow.
proud. Yeah, my last boy. Congratulations, Daddy's so proud. Mommy's so proud of his siblings. Oh, say proud of you, son.
That's right.
Congratulations, Wendell Jr. Okay, so we will now begin with those trending stories from the front page Africa and the Daily Observer. Beginning with the front page Africa newspaper. First, top stories. Let's get to some gender issues. It says here a call for patriotic duty. Gafwan challenges government and opposition leaders to leave the flag in shouldering love for country above all. And let's get to some regional news now. A tyrant with a certificate of return is still a tyrant. We are once African leaders at 66th Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association. And then some entertainment news now. Brokers of the Brad Person Trust. Uh, it says here Arrow and Sea Hills, 317 million drug probe warned against selective justice and calls for equal fight against corruption. And those are the top stories. Let's get to the big ones. Backed by the president, I.G. Coleman defend his record, but not all the questions. I didn't expect to be loved. A call as calls for his removal grow louder. Inspector General Gregory Coleman lays out, in his own words, why he took the job anyway and why he isn't leaving it. Now, with the president's backing behind him and one unresolved question still trailing him. Let's take a few lines from this story. Let me get a few lines from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. So let's take a few lines from that story and see what the IG, that's the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, had to say. Gregory Coleman did not sound like a man brazen to lose his job. He sounded like a man explaining patiently and at length why the job was always going to cost him something and why he had made his peace with that a long time before Liberians started calling for his head. In, extended remarks this week, the Inspector General of Police laid out more fully than he ever has before how he sees the fight he is leading, what he owes the president who defended him, and what he is and is not willing to say to the man publicly asking him to step aside. Continuation of the story, it transcends beyond our border. Coleman began where he usually begins, with gratitude and with skill. I want to thank the president for being extremely generous to our team for the fight against this narcotic operation, not just in Liberia, but in the sub-region. He said, our mandate has been clear, not just arrest and seizure, but dismantling the roots of these operations and it being transitional. It doesn't just affect Liberia, it transcends beyond our border. The spillover risk factor, if not dealt with, yeah, for how? Okay, it says here, if not dealt with, yeah, in Liberia, could be great. It is a framing that matters for how he wants Liberians and the region's other governments to understand what his team is doing. Not a domestic drug bust that happened to grow large, but a transnational network whose consequences were never going to stay inside Liberia's borders, whether or not the country was prepared to confront it. He was